Woo! The power has been with you all along. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Trey Michael, and this is another segment of Applied Consciousness. The question for today, I'm going to steal from William Shakespeare. To be or not to be? That is the question. On my spiritual awakening journey, I've realized that I am so much more than what meets the eye. Me, like a lot of you, perhaps have lived your entire being believing that you're human. But see, when you were in school, they taught us so many profound things. They taught us compound words. They taught us that the word football could be broken down, and that word, by its breakdown, would describe what the word means. For example, football. It's a game that you use your foot to kick the ball. They told you streetwalker, just example. It's a person that walks on the street. Basketball. You take the ball, you place it into the basket. Another word that we've always heard, but I think that we've never dove deep onto, was the word human being. Now, if you take the human away from the being, it's just human. But they didn't just say human, they said human being. Now, when I asked you to be or not to be, what I believe William Shakespeare was asking was, do you choose to be the being, or do you choose not to be the being? Let's dive deep on this topic. I've realized that the being is the soul. It's the energy that permeates all life force in the universe. It's the thing that connects me and the tree. It's the thing that connects me to you. It's the thing that makes you have compassion for someone that you've never met before. See, I realized what it meant to be a human as well. See, when you're human, life is about the survival of the fittest. It's about me and mine. It's about my children. See, being the human separates you from being the being. Now, the Buddhists have it down pat. They tell you the yin and the yang. It's not being human, and it's not being so spiritual that you're no human good. It's about being a human being. I believe we came on planet Earth to experience both. Now, I want to break down the difference between both, and I want to show you where the power lies with being the human being. And then you can ask yourself that question. Do you choose to be or not to be? See, living the experience of a human, from my experience, it was all about just trying to maintain. It was about feeling that I was helpless to shift what goes on planet Earth. In times of things like now with the coronavirus, being a human will make you have fear. It'll make me have to wash my hands 1,000 times a day. Be afraid, will I have a job to go to? Will they lock us down and I have to have someone watch my children while they're in the house because there's no school? The human limited me. Because being human, there's things that are impossible, like walking on the water or splitting the Red Sea. I've realized that being human has its place and purpose. It's not useless. It has its place. But then there's also this other side of what I am. And it's the same thing that you are. It's the being. And the being is the thing that passes expectations. It's the energy that says impossible means I'm possible. You guys, what I'm saying is something simple. What I'm saying is, what are you here for? Did you come here just to work a 9 to 5. I'm being serious right now, you guys and ladies. Is that what life is really about? Is it really just about me taking care of my 3 children and that's it, nothing more? See, I realize when I, the human, tap into the being, I tap into endless possibilities on this planet. I get to go back to the original Adam, or as I like to say, atom, the thing that creates the human cells. And I become like the original man before sin. See, I believe that sin separated the being from the human. And then we became helpless. We became victims of this profoundly sick society. You guys, what I'm feeling right now with all of this destruction, and I say destruction, I mean the Dow Jones dropping, I mean the economy on the edge right now. I mean people wondering whether or not they're going to get sick. Is this pollen cold I have the coronavirus or not? I believe that there's becoming a death to the old world. And the universe, God, source, the energy that permeates us all, the spirit, I believe it's giving us the opportunity to reset. It's giving us the opportunity right now to be the human being. And to answer William Shakespeare's question by saying, we choose to be. And when you do that, your mind focuses on so much more than what meets the eye. I mean, you start thinking about, hey, I think I have an opportunity to leave a legacy on planet Earth. And I don't mean leaving a legacy by being a billionaire, because if I ask you what were the last 5 billionaires to leave this planet, I'm pretty sure you as just like me couldn't even give you that answer. Because just achieving wealth makes you only human. No, I'm not saying that you can't achieve wealth and have a profoundly great experience of the being. I'm saying that you have to find that balance and be both. And then your mind will start going from things like mine is thinking on now. How can I take advantage of this new creation coming on planet Earth? What part will I play in this new world? Also, what will I be doing to say, hey, I did my part to bring about a peaceful, loving, kind world. One that all of the children can go play and you don't have to worry about mass shootings. A world that when you're going to get a check and you work 40 hours and you come home, you know that you have more than enough to pay your bills. You have more enough to do more than just strive, but have enough to thrive. See, I want to have an earth like the Garden of Eden. Oh, baby, yes. When we walk around naming the plants, the trees, the animals, being able to recreate from dust, having authority of the heavens and the earth. Now, the reason that I say that you'll have this authority is because, see, the being that resonates in you, it goes into all things that are created. See, we can't just let Elon Musk be the only person that wants to experience space travel. See, in your being, you have that ability. You have that ability to expand your awareness, to expand your consciousness, to be able to do telepathy. Now, I'm about to go ahead and step out on a whim and give you guys something that happened to me in my experience when I was tapping into that powerful part of myself, that being part of myself, while still being human. And I think this is a better time than any to tell everyone about it. I had an extraterrestrial contact, and it wasn't a flying saucer flying over my head. It actually happened in my house. I was living in Pooler around 2000, and I want to say maybe 12. And I was laying in the bed with my wife, and we just laid down to go to sleep. And something woke me. When I opened my eyes, I saw another being. Now, when I say another being, I don't have the name for this thing. It wasn't human, but I know it was a being because I resonated with it. And what it did was it spoke to me clearer than with a mouth to the ear. I could hear the voice in my brain. I know this sounds crazy, right? They're like, oh yeah, I'm clicking off this channel. But it's okay, because I feel that in this new world, we're going to be back connected to all living things within the universe. We're going to be back connected to all other beings. And when you resonate on a higher frequency, you tap into your higher self, and you're able to experience things that are beyond the human's experience, beyond the experience of good days, bad days, being sick or being healthy, eating some good food or eating some food that you'd rather not eat. It takes you onto an experience that blows the mind, an experience that you can never be bored to. Now, I'm going to tell you that in this interaction, in case some of you are willing to step out into the deep edge, to explore what the universe or God set for you to explore. Because believe me, you guys, the Creator has a lot more creation within inside of itself than to just make little old planet Earth with little old humans that have little old wars every year. Famines and droughts and some TV shows and some comedy and some Republican and Democrat. It's so much bigger. And the experience that I had with what I call the gray, it talked to me using telepathy. And I remember I was partly fearing, which was the human side of myself. And the other side of myself was like, okay, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? And he said, no, you're not dreaming. I said, well, how am I hearing you and you don't have a mouth? It was tripping me out. Like, how am I talking to you? And he explained to me that all humans have this ability, but we lost our way. And then it said something to me that I want to share with you. And it was the first time that it said something to me. And I went to research it and found out that there is a thing called this. So it said, Trey, they told me that you would be afraid. And that the second that I feel that you have fear, which is false evidence appearing real, I was ordered to leave because I am in violation of the laws of one. Now, back then I had no other idea what he was talking about or what it was talking about, the laws of one, but I want to express to you what the law of one is. The law of one is the law of being. All things are created equal. It's what gives reverence from human to plants. It's the reason why I treat my cats with respect. It's the reason I give respect to all sentient life force, life beings on the planet. Now, I still have a ways to go because I eat fish, but I'm going to soon tap into my human being, and I'm going to have respect for that fish. It's why a lot of people are going plant-based, because they have reverence for other things' life. And when it said it to me, I said, I'm not afraid of what's going on. It said, Trey, feel your heart. And it was the weirdest experience. Like I told you, when you tap into the being, you go beyond the realm of what the human brain, which, we swear we're so smart. We can't even go to the depths of the oceans, but we're the greatest, smartest beings that ever in creation. That's just a big ego, right? And I could actually feel and hear my heart beating fast. And the being told me, or the gray said, Trey, I have to go. And it was almost like it was on a hoverboard, and it hovered around the edge of my bed as it walked, or hovered. I don't know how it was moving in that motion. And it went and it stood by my wife, and I felt my vibrations going real heavy. And I remember saying to it with my mouth, no longer was I connected telepathically, using telepathy. I went back to my human form and I shouted out to my mouth, don't go by my wife. And it shot like the speed of light into the bathroom, and the door slams itself. Bam! Now, right now, before I finish the story, you're probably saying the same thing that I was thinking in that moment, that maybe I was dreaming. Until my wife jumps out of the bed. Trey, what was that noise? And that was the time that I knew that that was not a dream, and that I tapped into a higher vibration, and my being was able to connect to things outside of the realm of the human. Now, the reason that I'm sharing this to you is because I'm showing you the endless possibilities that there are when you become the human being. That's the being experiencing humanity. Because remember, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. When you die, your body goes back to the soil. You go back to the dirt from which you came, from which your human came. But the being lives on forever. You guys, right now we're at a pivotal point in humanity. We're at the point that we can continue to choose to only be human. And we've seen where that leads us. I mean, the Crusades was a 1,000-year war. We had the Civil War. We had the first Punic War, the second Punic War. I mean, my God, listen, you could probably put 1,000 pages just writing down brief synopsis of wars that we've had from the human experience. How many people have died in vain? How many people's parents and children have suffered by the hands of humans? And I believe it's time for us to take our rightful place in this universe as human beings and connect back with all of the endless possibilities that the Creator, God, or Source, again, whichever way your brain perceives it, had set for us in the beginning. And let's become the atom or Adam that we were always meant to be. You guys, I pray and I hope that you choose the latter. I hope that you choose to be and experience the endless possibilities that we have on planet Earth. You guys, like I always say, live, love, and laugh. I mean, I'm really serious when I say that. Live, love, and laugh. Because I'm doing that in the midst of the coronavirus because it's so human. I'm trying to go and be a superstar, live a legacy, leave a legacy, and continue to thrive on planet Earth. Hey, you guys, namaste, 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 peace. It's the new world, baby. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Peace.